Alrighty, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Season 5, Episode 30 of Hit the Books, the podcast all about sports betting, the best bets you should be taking in everything surrounding sports. This week, we are going through March Madness as well as the college basketball crown here happening this weekend, both of those finishing up here on Easter in the MLB. We're going to touch on some futures in the AL, in the NL, and for the NHL. We are just 17 days away from the NHL playoffs, so lots to look forward to for that. A little injury for the Avalanche and the Wild can clinch a playoff berth here tonight. But let's stop and introduce my co-hosts here. Mackie, what do you got for us here coming in this week?
Yeah, obviously looking forward to the Final Four this weekend. But NBA and NHL definitely heating up. We've been pretty locked in on college basketball, but obviously it's going to be ending on Monday, so we got to kind of dial into the rest of them. MLB is all started up, so I think we're kind of in full swing there as well. So obviously looking forward to the weekend and seeing the Final Four after that insane Elite Eight weekend. But definitely looking forward to the other leagues as well.
Heck yeah, let's start off hot here. March Madness is coming to a close here early next week. The Final Four set with number 2 UConn versus number 3 Illinois and number 1 Arizona versus number 1 Michigan. Final Four games on Saturday here, April 4th, the championship on Monday. Let's take a look at the odds for these games here. Our first one, Illinois UConn here at 6:09 p.m. on Saturday. Illinois is the favorite here, 1.5 points for them. Their money line at minus 135. UConn at plus 110. The total 139.5. Mackie, what do you think here?
Yeah, obviously we know how UConn got here. They were down 15 points at half to Duke. Braylon Mullins hits that insane three from basically half court. Dan Hurley headbutts the ref, absolute beast. Not a big Dan Hurley guy. I gotta be honest on this bandwagon now. What an absolute beast move. But yeah, jumping into this game, Illinois they did their job. They beat Iowa. Obviously not the best team ever. Had a pretty nice route to get there, but those Cinderellas usually end before the Final Four. So, good matchup here. Illinois opened at 2.5, and it has gone down to 1.5, which I kind of expected it to because these teams are very close. And seeing UConn at plus 2.5 against a non-1 seed is kind of crazy. But I do kind of lean on Illinois here. I think Stojakovic and Keaton Wagler, I don't know, one of them, but those two
Beats me.
Those two have been playing incredible basketball. Keaton Wagler last game, whenever they needed a bucket, got a bucket. They have the shooting on the outside. They have the bigs in a Visic. Fouled out last game, but should be good to go from here on out. I do lean on Illinois here. It's hard betting against a team that won the way that they did last game, especially against Duke. But
They're not going to do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
In my opinion.
And it makes me think back to like other times where this has happened. Gonzaga beat UCLA on a heave from half court. Jalen Suggs ended up losing the national championship. We saw Wisconsin beat Kentucky in 2015. An undefeated Kentucky team went on to lose to Duke in the national championship game. These teams of destiny that usually win these crazy ways don't usually end up winning at all. So it may not be here. UConn could definitely get through this game, but I don't think that they're going to be a national championship team.
Good stuff there for that first matchup there on Saturday, Illinois and UConn. We'll see what happens here come Saturday. But another matchup here, 8:50 p.m. Number 1 versus number 1, Michigan and Arizona. Michigan's the favorite here, 1.5 points for them. Their money line minus 118. Arizona at minus 102. The total at 157.5. Mackie, what's happening in this one?
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about this, but I definitely think that this is just the national championship game. I think whoever wins this game will be the national champion. Two best teams in the country, in my opinion. It was Duke as the number 1 overall seed, but I would take both these teams over Duke. I love Arizona. I love Arizona, and they've gotten over that hump of being that team that chokes every year. You're in the Final Four. You didn't choke this year. You have the team do it. You have, what is it, a 13-game winning streak coming into this game.
Jeez.
I don't know. Braden Burries, Cole Pete, Jaden Bradley, 3 guys that just do not know how to lose. And then you have Anthony Del Orso, who comes off the bench, but huge impact as well. So you're going to see a lot of points in this game because obviously on the other side, you also have Michigan, who knows how to win as well. But I did see Elliot Cadeau was being evaluated. Not exactly sure what for, but if he's out of this game or if it's not even 100%, it's a huge game changer. So kind of flipping a coin here. I'm gonna go with Arizona, but I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on this, Jess?
Not a ton. I mean, you know how I am. I'm not the biggest college basketball guy in the world.
Right.
But looking at some of these betting trends, like you made a very good point of that's the national championship, Michigan,
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's just such a like the odds, the future odds are insane.
And the thing,
Plus, what here? Yeah, plus 170, plus 180, been a huge jump to 425 and 575. Like
yeah. And then what are Illinois and UConn look sitting at?
they're 425 and 575.
Yeah. So I mean, Vegas thinks that this is a national championship
Right.
game
And
as well, but
And I'm reading like both games have spread under 3 points currently. Like you said, the one opened at 2.5. Michigan 1.5, or they're both at 1.5 now. It's the seventh time both semifinal games have closed under 3, and the first time since at least 1965 they both closed under 2.
wow.
So
So
we haven't seen something like this recently.
we're in for a huge Saturday of college
Yeah,
basketball. It's great coaches against each other as well. Tommy Lloyd versus Dusty May. It's going to come down to if those big men on Michigan can really get the job done. And Yaxel and Mata, I think his name is Mara, Adai Mara.
beats me.
7'3". He's a dog. He's played really well too, but a little skinny, can't move as well. But yeah, I mean these guys just need to come out and play their game. I think both teams play their best game. I think Arizona has the edge. I would say Michigan probably has a slight edge in coaching, but this game is going to be all time. You don't want to miss this one.
Definitely going to be a solid day of basketball on Saturday, to say the least. Two awesome matchups to make for an even better matchup on Monday. So, Mackie, I mean, Arizona and Illinois, who takes it there? Arizona, as we've said.
Yeah,
They advance.
definitely. I actually think that there is value to just because you said you can get Michigan and Arizona both at plus odds to win the national championship.
Correct. Plus
I
170
mean,
and plus 180.
if you're just in it for the money, there is great value on just throwing $100 in both of them and winning $75, $85 one way.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, obviously, if you're that invested in it, you're probably not going to do that because you want to see you just
Right.
you can't
Yeah,
worry about the
these
actual
games are
game.
going to be too good to miss. All right, well, that's all we got for March Madness here this year. So stay tuned for all of our picks on Instagram and Twitter, or X, for those matchups on Friday as well as the matchup on Monday. A little bit more in the college basketball world here, though. But the 2026 College Basketball Crown is an 8-team single elimination men's postseason tournament held in Las Vegas from April 1st to the 5th, showcasing the top NCAA programs competing for a $500,000 NIL. I just said NIL prize pool. The field includes Baylor, Colorado, Creighton, Minnesota, Oklahoma, Rutgers, Stanford, and West Virginia. Oklahoma, Colorado, Baylor, and Minnesota are playing while we're recording this in their first matchups. But games are happening this whole weekend for Easter weekend. Let's peek at the odds for who's to win the college basketball crown here. Again, these were taken here before these matchups started about an hour and a half ago. Oklahoma is leading the board at plus 145. Then we got to jump to Baylor at plus 400. Creighton plus 500, Stanford plus 700, Minnesota plus 850, West Virginia 1400, Colorado 2000, Rutgers 2500. Mackie, what do you know about this? What are your thoughts? Anything?
Yeah. Speaking of Oklahoma being plus 145 and the clear favorites, they're down by 8 right now to Colorado in the second half. So
Jeez.
that could end pretty quick. I'm not sure how consistent these teams are from the regular season. I'm assuming most of the guys are playing because it's more for exposure and money, obviously. So,
You'd
but
think.
I heard the winner gets like 250, I think, and the runner up gets like 100,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw it was like, you semifinals like 100 grand guaranteed, and then the winner gets 250 or something like that, and
Right. Yeah.
there's two other teams that get 50K or something.
Right. Yeah, I mean, good value on like Stanford. Stanford had a really good year this year. They're plus 700. Josh Okori, if he plays, I mean, like I said, I'm not really sure if these guys are playing and everything, but definitely a guy that could take over. So look out for him. They do play West Virginia tomorrow, so I'm going to be rooting for the Mountaineers, but um, good value on Stanford. I think West Virginia plus 1,400 also is crazy value if they can get through Stanford. It's only a 1.5 point spread as of right now, so could be a good battle. But yeah, this should be fun. I mean, it's something to bet on. It's something that you can look forward to watching. So if you guys have nothing to do on those, I think it's tonight, tomorrow night, and then Sunday they play the championship. They're not going to do it on the same day as like a Final Four game.
Yes, on Easter is the championship, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. So just something to do when you're, sitting down with your family and need something to bet on. So, but I think Stanford or West Virginia has a good value on coming out on top.
Heck yeah, lots of good stuff out of the college basketball. College basketball crown here happening now. Again, make sure you stay tuned for any of our picks on that here this weekend on our Instagram and our Twitter. Let's jump over the MLB here real quick. We're just touching on some who we think is going to win the AL and the NL here. We went through some of the divisions here, or all the divisions last week, but let's touch on the AL and the NL here. Let's start with the AL here. Yankees leading the board at plus 425, screwing Huff and Mackey and I's bet today, but the Mariners right with them at 425 as well. Blue Jays at plus 700, Tigers at plus 750, Red Sox at plus 800, Orioles at plus 1,000. Anybody else doing here, Mackey?
Who would you say was second? The Mariners?
Mariners, yeah, tied with the Yankees at 425.
Yeah. I mean, what are the Red Sox at?
800.
Yeah. I mean, Yankees look pretty damn good to start the season. They're 5-1. Obviously, like you said, they killed us today. Doing a bit of a ladder challenge. Got to our fourth bet, third or fourth bet.
Got to our fourth. Yeah,
lost the fourth. Can't win them all, but
lost fourth.
Yeah, I think there's good value on them. The pitching staff looks incredible. I think it's the only thing standing in their way is Aaron Boone. Their commissioner, I mean their manager, I think is pretty bad. But Judge hasn't gotten started yet. He only has one walk on the season, which is very unlike him. I think he's batting like 120. So they're sitting at 5-1 with their best player in the league that hasn't even picked up yet. So I think the Yankees are definitely something to be scared about. No Garrett Cole yet either. So I mean they have like seven pitchers that they can pitch in rotation. So deep roster, deep team. Weak AL, in my opinion. I think that they will come out of it.
Yeah, Judge is at a point 125 right now.
Yeah, so obviously not the Judge we're used to, but Red Sox 1-5. They're gonna turn around, but Jesus, what a terrible start. Even like shit. I don't know why I can't think of his name. Who the fuck pitched today?
For who?
Yeah, Red Sox. Even Garrett Crochet got lit up today. Like their best players aren't playing well. They don't have the Alex Bregman that they had last year that can kickstart the bat. So somebody else needs to figure it out. I think Roman Anthony's off to a pretty bad start too. So they're just waiting for those big names to kind of step up. But definitely a very underachieving start to the season. Yeah. So what did you say the Yankees odds were? Plus 425?
Yeah, 425.
Oh wow, to come out of the AL. I mean, they're probably not going to get much better than that. So if you guys want to hop on that. Mariners, great team. Haven't really been winning much to start the season, but
no, they haven't.
Obviously only a weekend, so nothing to worry about. But you like to see those teams that are kind of up and coming win before you actually start betting on them.
Yeah, we haven't had Ace on in a few weeks here to give us a little scoop in the MLB here, but let's jump over to the NL here.
He doesn't want to talk about Red Sox.
You're exactly right. Let's jump over to the NL here, starting out Dodgers leading that pack again, plus 115 for them to win the NL. Mets at plus 700, the Phillies at plus 800, Cubs at plus 950, Braves at plus 1100, and the Brewers at plus 1400. My Pirates sitting all the way down there, plus 2500. Definitely not expecting them to win the National League, but hoping for a little bit more out of them. They're playing all right.
Yeah, I mean they look all right. I definitely wouldn't place a wager on them to win the NL, but maybe a playoff team could be.
There was something out there at one point. They were like the most bet on team to make the playoffs.
Yeah, because I mean the odds are there, and they have decent roster this year. They have pretty good pitching. Obviously, you have the best pitcher in the league too. So, um, but yeah, I think the Brewers. I mean, crazy value on the Brewers. That's a good team. They have a good pitching rotation. They have good bats as well. I mean, pretty weak division. So, great. I think you said plus 1,400 up for them.
For who? I'm sorry.
The Brewers.
Sorry. Yeah, 1,400.
That's just absurd. I think that they're probably going to win the NL Central. I mean, don't count out the Cubs yet, but also the Braves. I think you said plus 1,100, so great value there. Wouldn't touch the Dodgers at plus 115. What a stupid thing. I mean, granted, they could definitely come out of it, and it might be the lowest you can get them at, but just don't see enough value. Too many things can happen between now and October, but Mets look like shit. Plus 700, no value there. Braves and Brewers, maybe even the Cubs, but the Cubs don't look great to start. I wouldn't be betting on them. Braves and Brewers, I think, have great value if you want to make a beginning of the season bet to win the NL for sure.
Well, Paul Skeens brought his 67.5 ERA down to a 9.53.
I figured it out today. What a great outing!
Yeah, he did.
They took him out after 5 innings too. I don't know if his pitch count was up. I wasn't watching the game. I was following up.
I wasn't either. I know Huff was. Of course, he's not here, but yeah, I'm curious. How many did he throw today?
Yeah, but he needed that big time.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, to start the season with the way he did, you like to see a guy like that rebound.
Yeah. Alrighty, that's going to wrap up everything we got here in the MLB. Definitely more as we get more into the season for that. Definitely going to have some picks on that. We had a couple good ones the past day and a half. We didn't post any of them, but we've been having a good little run there, so maybe figure something out. All right, let's jump over the NHL here. Like I said, 17 days until the NHL playoffs start. So we are just coming down to the wire here. Lots of stuff happening. My Penguins having a great weekend, securing themselves 4 points, pushing them ahead of the Islanders and the Blue Jackets there just by 2 points now, but better than just one. So any thoughts, Mackie, on the standings and things in the NHL? I need to pull it up.
Yeah, I mean, the East is still a gauntlet. What a huge weekend for the Penguins, though. Holy shit. And it's not even against like shit teams. Like they had to beat the Islanders, which is obviously a huge game. They just beat the Red Wings, who are kind of pushing. They're sitting on the outside right now, but excuse me.
We're only 2 points ahead.
But yeah, this weekend might have put them in the playoffs altogether. There's 7 games left. They have 3 points on the Islanders for that 2 spot in the Metro, and they're sitting 6 points ahead of the first team out. So 7 games left, 6 points ahead. Going to be really hard for them to miss the playoffs, and they're playing incredible hockey right now. So I would be very surprised to see them kind of slip up now. But yeah, Islanders. Not really. They just lost 2 in a row as well, so they kind of put themselves in a shitty situation. Bruins look really good, but they're in a gauntlet in the Atlantic, so probably not gonna.
They're just praying for that wild card.
Yeah, they're just
not praying.
They're not getting into that 3rd spot in the Atlantic, I don't think, with the Canadians.
No.
Canadians have a game in hand. They've won 6 in a row, but Bruins should be in as well. They're almost a lock for the playoffs as well. So you're looking at that last spot. Jackets, 75 games played, 88 points. Senators 74 games played, 86 points. So basically just they have to win their next game and they're kind of deadlocked, but they're on a 3-game skid right now. So that last spot's going to be important. I mean, you're gonna have to walk into either Carolina or Buffalo, which obviously you don't want to do, but 3-4 teams that are pushing for that final spot right now, and obviously the teams ahead of them aren't much further ahead. So everyone's within 8 games left of the season. I think it's going to be a huge push. But, yeah, I'm going to say the Penguins and the Bruins are both locked in. I think the Islanders have some work to do because they have the most games played. You got the Senators and Red Wings have 2 games on them. So Islanders have work to do. The Jackets obviously have a lot of work to do. Senators need to pick it up. I'm going to say the Flyers are done. They made a nice little push, but I'm going to kick them out here. Red Wings are done. I'm going to say it's between the Jackets and the Senators right now to get that final spot.
So Jackets, 4-game losing streak. Senators, 3-game losing streak. Red Wings, 2-game losing streak. Flyers, 1-game losing streak. Like, these teams are
And
in a
then
tough spot.
you look at the other teams and the Bruins 4-game winning streak,
Right.
Penguins 2 huge wins last week and 6-3-1 in their last 10. So
Canadians 6 games. Holy
yeah,
shit.
you're seeing the difference between those top end teams that are kind of solidifying themselves in a wild or in a playoff spot, and then those teams that kind of, I mean, they look like they don't even want to win. So,
Yeah.
best roster, I'm gonna give it to Ottawa. So maybe they can sneak in. They have a game in hand, but you can't be losing 3 games in a row with 12 games left in the season. So
Right. They're luck. I think they are lucky to be still sitting there.
yeah, definitely.
The only thing I could find here is it's about the time that we start seeing all these playoff clinching scenarios. The Minnesota Wild will clinch a playoff berth if the St. Louis Blues defeat the Los Angeles Kings in any fashion tonight, or the Anaheim Ducks defeat the San Jose Sharks in regulation. So those are all going to be probably late games, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Wild have 18 points on the Kings, so they're all but locked in. But yeah, Wild are pretty locked into their spot. So they have the 3 seed in the Central, and they're 6 points from the Stars, who are ahead of them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then they have at least 12 points on the team behind them, so they're pretty much locked into that 3 spot. We're probably looking at Stars, Wild in the first round, and then, I mean, that Pacific Division is also kind of can go anyway. So nothing locked up there, but it's going to be Stars, Wild, Stars at home. And then it's probably going to be Penguins, Islanders, I would say.
Yeah,
But that could
probably.
also change as well.
Still 14 points essentially up for grabs.
Down at the bottom in the wild card of the West, we have Preds at 77 points with 74 games played, and the Kings at 76 points with 73 games played. The Jets are also right there, and the Sharks are right there. Oh, wow, there's a lot of teams down here.
Yeah.
It's just insane to look at because the Seattle Kraken have 75 points, and they're 2 points out of a wild card. And the Florida Panthers have 75 points, and they're the second to worst team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
the level
Central
of play,
Division's on fire. The East is on fire. That Pacific just has no idea what's going on.
yeah, the Pacific is out of control. But it should be a good push down there as well. Predators top wild or bottom wild card spot, 3-game losing streak. Kings have lost 7 of their last 10, a game out. Jets look pretty good. I didn't think they even had a chance, but I mean, it's going to be the battle of the bums down there. Whoever gets that final wild card spot is going to play at Colorado and losing 4.
Yeah,
but
it's going to be the battle of the bums. I have a friend who's a big Preds fan, and I bet he's just like praying they don't even get in.
yeah,
Just
I mean, at this point, like you're going up to Colorado to lose 4 games, and then
to get
season's
pumped.
over.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it should be a good push. If you get that second wild card, you get to play either Anaheim or Edmonton, who aren't having great seasons. So
True. Could catch him on and off a couple nights.
Yeah, you could see an upset there.
Well, we are definitely getting close. Like I said, 17 days, 6, 7, 8 games for some of these teams. So lots to look forward to as we get there. But we have one injury here. Cale Makar will miss some extended time, is what I kept reading. Extended time. What does that mean to you, Mackie?
I think I saw something about his coach saying he'll be fine.
He's like fine.
Playoffs. Yeah.
Basically, he said he's fine.
They're nursing it. They're making sure it's nothing more.
Headlines get you. You know what I mean? Every time it just said extended time. Injury occurred in the second period. Didn't play any shifts in the third. Coach immediately said, "Yeah, he's all right. He'll be back well before the playoffs."
So
17 days,
right?
So,
exactly. So they're basically saying if he needed to, he could play tomorrow. But
right,
we're locked in. We pretty much locked up that one spot in the Western Conference. Let's just keep him out until playoff time.
Exactly.
Right. For a quote, it says, Makar is going to be okay. He's going to miss some time here. Nothing serious. So, did you just say that?
You're good. I mean, no, I didn't say that, but
the best thing to do is shut him down and rest him here for a few games. Exactly. Like no reason to play him. It is what it is. I don't think he's in the running for a Calder. Is Calder the defenseman or is that
Mackie? They confuse me every year.
Calder? It's either the defensive trophy or the rookie of the year, but I don't think he's in the running this year for best defenseman. But yeah, no reason to play him. I agree with that.
James Norris.
Norris. The Calder's the rookie of the year. The Norris is the best defenseman.
Yeah, he is not in the running. I mean, he's in third at 2,200.
Yeah. So what's the top two? It's probably Quinn Hughes and
Werenski at minus 450 and Bouchard at plus 450.
so it's Werenski's.
Yeah, Sorokin for Vezina at minus 120.
Wow.
McKinnon for the Hart at minus 115.
Who else is for the Hart?
Kucherov at plus 125. McDavid plus 650. Celebrini 1,800. Werenski 40,000. That's the jump.
Wow. Well, it's going to be a good push.
Yeah. We are getting there. It's going to be a solid 17 days here until we get to those playoffs. NBA in a very similar boat, but I don't have any news on here for this week. Anything else to add, Mackie, before we get out of here?
No, it should be good. I think, obviously we have a big weekend coming up with college basketball, and then, down 9 months without college basketball. So that's going to kill me in half. But other than that, nothing else.
Awesome. Good stuff. Make sure to stay tuned, like I said, to our Instagram and our Twitter for all of our picks for these college basketball games, for these NHL games, playoffs coming up. But that's all we got. See you guys next week.